One incident for a perceived safe neighborhood to make headlines, just like we saw there. But for areas that have already had a bad reputation for years, some ask if it's possible to even overcome that kind of a view of perspective.
In the second installment of our exclusive series, The Cost of Crime in America, Nick Smith examines the financial impact violence has on neighborhoods. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning, Mitch. Whereas some secondary impacts are harder to verify, the wider economic effects can have a rippling effect. Crime and or the reputation of being a crime-ridden neighborhood impacts the people who live there and their property values. It's a phenomenon seen in big urban cities across the country.
Communities like this need to see some hope, something thriving, something moving.
For Asia Butler,
no jobs, no workforce.
The fight to reshape the perception of Inglewood on Chicago's South Side is personal.
We're not an island on our own, right? We are a part of the thread of this city. And if Inglewood loses, the city of Chicago loses, the state of Illinois loses, and the United States lose.
But crime is a major factor in keeping Inglewood from being all that it can be. According to the stats from the Chicago Police Department, overall crime in the city is up nearly 40% over the last year, and Inglewood plays a big part in that. Just this month in Inglewood, murders are up 67%, robberies up 148%, and car thefts are up 164%. And right now, Inglewood is experiencing a string of more than 24 armed robberies. The high crime a big factor in plunging home values.
We're going to get some people here, and we just made a new homeowner.
Inglewood consistently ranks as one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in the city, but there are other factors driving down property value. The abandoned houses and vacant lots didn't happen overnight. Today, a simple property search of Inglewood shows the average home value between $130,000 and $160,000.
Every community in Chicago is unique, but every community in Chicago is definitely worth looking into.
Veteran realtor Kimberly Alford says there is value in future homebuyers taking the time to explore communities they may not have previously considered.
You know, when you have a large amount of negative, media and negative attention, the positive things kind of get drowned.
But on the other side of town, in Chicago's Lincoln Park neighborhood, a noticeable shift in both the demographics and, along with it, property values, with the price of a single-family home averaging upwards of $625,000, despite an increase in crime. In Lincoln Park, burglaries are up 42%, thefts up 65%, and sexual assaults up 100% this month.
We're missing the bigger issue. And the bigger issue is the disinvestment in these communities.
Michelle Mills Clement is the CEO of the Chicago Association of Realtors. She says crime will drop and property value will rise when homeowners, realtors, and elected leaders work in partnership.
Michelle, can a community overcome the label of being crime-ridden?
There's a label of being crime-ridden, but there's so much more that goes into that. I think when I go back to talking about the disinvestment, I have to go back to the policies that are in place. And that is really what the label becomes, is just a label.
So we know it's possible.
A label some are determined to fight.
I am excited about what I stand for. I stand for a community that's been shunned by so many people, so that's what gives me hope to keep going.
In a 2016 study, it was estimated that crime was costing homeowners in these communities more than $2 billion a year in lost home equity. Accounting for inflation and the rise in crime in those areas, since then, the financial hit is estimated to be at least 8% higher, keeping the poor poor.
That was just a fascinating take, especially when you compare it to a neighborhood like Lincoln Park and how much crime has increased there. But the reputation of that community is so much
And people are willing
nicer
to deal with it in Lincoln Park, whatever that crime may be, because of the perception of places like Inglewood.
Yeah. All right, Nick, great story. Great work.
All right, tomorrow our special series continues. Anti-crime groups are revered nationwide. Neighborhood Watch.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.